So on to the focus of this presentation. I wanted to talk about the new PLC controller for the 700 series, which was released this year in 2013. It will be replacing our CAC PLC, which we've used for about the last, I would say, 8 to 10 years. The PLC that it's replacing had some limited capability that we wanted to improve upon, so that's what this new controller is able to do. The ability to upgrade the old systems, those of you that have the old 700 series with the CAC PLC, upgrades are available. What we will need to do is get additional information on the system that you have. Usually if you can provide the model number as well as the drawing number, we're able to look at the schematics and see if an upgrade is possible. So just to go over the advantages of the new PLC controller is, one, it is now a touchscreen controller. It's very user-friendly. It's easier to select to the different modes. It's all on a few of the screens compared to the CAC PLC. There's 3 presets that you can have set in here. So you can go back after you're done testing and reload a specific sequence that you have for tests. And then one of the bigger advantages to this controller compared to the older CAC PLC is that you have the ability to set 10 programmable steps. This allows you to do the step test, which I had mentioned earlier in this presentation. And you can do 10 different steps and sequence these steps however you need to do it for your required test. And then another big advantage on this controller is that there is a data acquisition capability, so you're now able to save the data that you take during your test, store it, and then create a report out of that afterwards. So this is just a picture. Those of you might have the old CAC PLC. The top picture is what you have and what you might recognize, and below is what the new PLC looks like. As you can see, it has a cleaner look. The screen is all touch screen, so there's no more push buttons for you to use. And then on the right side, similar, the e-stop button, and then below the e-stop button on the new PLC is where you would connect your computer for data acquisition. So just a few screenshots of the new PLC controller. Is the first screen is just your main menu where you would select automatic or manual mode. So just like the older PLC, you're able to do both. I know sometimes it can be an advantage to still use the units in manual mode, so we still have that operation available for those of you that use or purchase this new PLC. And this is a shot of the automatic mode where you would put in all the information or parameters that you want here. You can set your over voltage, so let's just say you have a 100 kV system. You can set it to 90 kV where the unit will not go higher than 90 kV. You can also set it lower than that. The same as with the overload, where you can set based on whatever your max current is, you can lower that current so that if your system starts going near that or passes it, the system will trip out. And then you have your ramp rate, target, and dwell time to create your steps in the testing process. So again, you can set these however you want, and there's 10 programmable steps as mentioned before. The next menu just gives you a little bit more info, bigger screen of the programmable steps that you can do. So once again, you can do 10 different ones. You can set the ramp rate, however slow or fast you need the voltage to rise or lower, the target voltage that you want to dwell at, and then the amount of time that you want to dwell at. So again, very simple to use. You just click on each of one of these buttons here, and it will pull up a screen where you can then put in the parameters for each of these different sections. This is just a screenshot of the automatic mode running. You can see in the middle the voltage would be displayed here in big letters. You can see the kilovolts and milliamps. That way the user has no issue with seeing what voltage and current that he's at any given time. And there's the stop button in the upper right to stop the test. And of course, for any reason where you need to stop the test very quickly, you have the emergency button on the front of the controller, as shown in the picture on the previous slide. And then this is just a simple manual mode screenshot here, where you don't have all the parameters shown in the other slides. This is just, you enable the high voltage. It shows, again, you can set your overvolts and overload, but it shows just your voltmeter and your current meter, and then you have your arrow for raising the voltage manually. And then once you have voltage, you can also an arrow will show up on the bottom where you can lower the voltage manually, and then also set your ramp rate on the bottom. So with the new controller, one of the advantages, as I've mentioned before, is that this one includes data acquisition. This is just a picture of what the data acquisition software would look like on your computer. What we do is we just supply, it's an optional item. If it's purchased, then we just supply you with the software for this data acquisition. And you can just load it onto your own computer, onto your laptop. Once you load it on, you connect your computer to our PLC controller just via Ethernet and collect all this data real time as it's running. So you can see on these on this screen here, you can see the voltage and the current, and these both can be plotted on the graph shown. And you can record, and then you can stop recording and then export the data once you're finished. So very simple, easy to use while you're doing the test. Just again, plug in your laptop via Ethernet to the PLC controller, and then pull up the software in order to start recording the test data. And then another optional item that we have, this was also with the older PLC. We made sure to continue this with the new PLC, is we offer the remote PLC, where we don't build the PLC controller into the regulator cabinet. We'll actually do it separate in a 19-inch enclosure. And what this allows you to do, and the advantage of doing this, is instead of having to do the test right up where your regulator is, you can pretty much put this controller on a table inside of a control room, anywhere you really need to have it in your testing facility. And because there's so many different testing facilities, and every facility is different compared to the other one, this gives you the flexibility to put it where you need it, whether you want to see the test object or, again, you just want it in the control room. This gives you that flexibility. And you don't lose anything by doing this either. It's the same exact interface with the e-stop, as well as the connection for data acquisition, and same controller. And I would like to thank everyone for joining this presentation. Hopefully it's been informative about the types of AC testing that we do, as well as going into a little bit more detail about the new PLC controller that we offer. If there are any questions, always feel free. There's contact information below this slide right here, depending on your location in the world. Feel free to contact us at any time for more questions, or if you'd like quotations on any of the systems we just went over. The numbers and email addresses for the sales departments are all right here below. Thanks again. I hope everyone has a great day.